We're gonna bust through here really quick. We got Melania. Overtax was just gifted a sub by Ron Cargo, I believe. Yes, it is. There it is. Gifted a sub by Ron. Make sure to say thank you to Ron Overtaxed. We got Melania coming to the Dome. Let's go watch her. Her movie, I think, came out, is coming out. When's the premiere? It should be soon.
Go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Woke says the new generation is rebelling against their teachers, as all students should. I agree, man. I agree. When you make being a conservative a bad thing, that's going to turn on the youth to go check out what it's actually about. And then when they do check out what it's actually about and they hear the voices of the conservative, of the America First movement, our voices are much more cooler than the other voices that they can listen to. I mean, it's just a fact at this point. We are the cool kids.
Melania, the film, showing the First Lady like you have never seen her before in the days leading up to President Trump's second inauguration.
Ooh.
Here we go again.
You can come in. Come on in. Our proudest legacy will be that of peacemaker.
Peacemaker under the fire.
I mean, this looks cool. This is something that I would love to watch too.
Together with like-minded leaders, we have a voice.
You should, UFO Johnny.
First Lady Melania Trump joins us now for an exclusive interview. Good morning to you, Madam First Lady.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm excited about the movie. I hope to go see it this weekend. But first, let's talk about
Ronnie, if you want to find a chick, man, you should just go to every single showing of Melania at your local movie theater for a week. Just buy a ticket for every single thing. Quit your job. Say, boss, I can't come in this week. I got to go watch the Melania movie 12 times this week.
News that's happening around our country. And let's start with what's happening in Minnesota. There are these protests.
It is a good idea, bro.
Shootings. The world is divided. There's pressure on both sides. You have talked a lot about coming together and being respectful. And your husband yesterday had a way to maybe bring some calmness to that area, contacting the governor, contacting the mayor, hopefully working together. What is your message for America about unifying both sides?
We need to unify. I'm calling for unity. I know my husband, the president, had a great call.
Listen, miss, we love you, Melania. We can't wait to see your movie. We didn't vote for unity. We voted for mass deportations. We won the popular vote. We won every single swing state. We won the electoral college. The people want mass deportations.
Yesterday with the governor.
We can't let people banging pots and pans decide how we're going to run our country. Do you know how crazy that sounds? Because there's some people out there banging pots and pans together, blowing whistles. Those are the people that are running the country. Those are the people that we're taking a knee to. No, thank you.
Governor and the mayor, and they're working together.
Thanks, Eric.
To make it peaceful and without riots. I'm against the violence, so if you protest in peace. And we need to unify in these times.
Mm-hmm. This past weekend, we saw this monster storm just pummel so many states across our country. 34 people, as of this morning, have died. 500,000 are still without power. 28,000 flights have been canceled. That's the most since COVID. And we watched you.
If Trump backs away from mass deportations, now technically Trump never really told us that he was going to release the Epstein files. He alluded to it and stuff like that. He did talk a lot about the deep state and this and that, and we're going to hold the deep state accountable and blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, if we went back and we listened to every single campaign speech, what do you think the number would be of the amount of times that he said mass deportations? This is a red line.
When you went to the flood zones in North Carolina, when you visited those precious girls at Camp Mystic down in Texas, you went to the fires.
Do we agree with Mr. Rotella, or am I out of line?
Las Vegas for the shootings during the first
Am
term.
I blackpilling anybody?
During the floods in the first time. So what is your message to Americans who are suffering right now?
I feel deep compassion for the people who are impacted by this storm. I know that federal government is working hard to provide assistance to all who need it. And as Americans, we need to help each other and come together in these difficult times.
You have decided. Go ahead, sorry.
I send them my strength and love and thinking of them. And I know
Thanks,
that they will be okay. And here we are, the government is here helping. So I hope the weather will get better soon.
Well, you have decided to pull back the curtain on what's happening in the administration. You take us behind the scenes.
We'll see what Trump says tonight. We're going to watch the rally after this.
Coming out on Friday. The movie is called A New Film, Melania, and it's in theaters everywhere. We have all seen the trailer. You released that right here on Fox and Friends First recently. What can we expect, and why was this important to you? Because you're a very private person in many aspects.
This story was never told before. So
I'm totally going to watch
this.
this.
Me how
I wish that we like there's no way that we're going to be able to stream it unless the White House, once it's released in theaters and blah, blah, blah. There is a possibility that the White House would put this on their social media and stuff like that. If the White House does that, we can watch it together.
Manage my business, my philanthropy, family.
God, I'd love to stream
preparation for the inauguration, and also establishing the East Wing for the White House. How I manage all of that in 20 days prior to the inauguration. Transition from private citizen to being a First Lady again.
What was it like? Because you had these cameras following you all around every day from the beginning of January all the way through the inauguration.
It was intense schedule, but that is my life. And they were following me. And as you know, in these situations, you could only have a one take. Mm-hmm. So whatever we got it. And I had a great team around me and very talented director that he put together the team, the award-winning team. So that was a plus. There's the famous hat that you wore Inauguration Day, the second term. We see some scenes of you designing your inauguration dress. We see the hat.
God, and we also see moments,
apparently, of when you talk to the Bidens. You have tea together, you drive to the rotunda, you're on Air Force One, the Biden send-off. So how were the Bidens to the Trumps on that day? They were very nice.
Oh, they almost pardoned them, too?
Very beautiful relationship that day. So
I wish that Trump would have turned around during the inauguration and said, you know, I was even told before I came up here that you pardoned your whole family. Now, why would you need to do that? I wish that he would have did something like that.
It was a very special day that we are spent it together driving to the Capitol.
Because the family pardons, and I believe the family pardons, the January 6 pardons, and the Fauci pardon all happened on the day of the inauguration.
It was a very cordial relationship.
There's another scene where the president is preparing a speech. I'm not sure which speech that was. Maybe you can tell us. You jump in and you add different language. You say, maybe you should say it this way. How involved are you in the president's day-to-day?
I give him my advice and I tell him what I think. Sometimes he listens, sometimes he doesn't. But I am here to support him. I think it's very important to have an open communication.
And that scene when he's at the podium and it's at the White House, I assume that's the inauguration speech. Is that what you were helping him with?
Yes, it's inauguration speech.
There's another scene with the Secret Service, and you're planning security for the inauguration. This is, mind you, after 2 assassination attempts on his life. There were death threats at the time on your life, too. So are those dangers always a part of your everyday, are those part of your everyday thoughts?
Yeah. Have you seen The Left?
You think about it, and
What's
I
up,
have a
Palms? Elite
great
Domer, welcome
Secret
in.
Service
Andy,
team,
welcome in. Ballyho.
and you need to
Elite
be
Domer.
very vigilant. What do you do? Where you go? We are living in the dangerous times, and preparation for inauguration was part of it.
You show some scenes of a typical marriage, a typical dynamic. There's one that made me laugh at the very end of the trailer where you're calling the president. You say, "Hi, Mr. President, congratulations." And he says, "Did you watch?" And you said, "I did not. I will see it on the news." So typical dynamic. Why was it important for you to include that scene? Because you didn't have to do that, but I'm glad you did.
I was very involved in the leading the production and choosing the trailer. I want to show the people that they will see the communications and private communications between me and my husband.
Well, it's good just to be
so
authentic.
that was part of it.
And I know that you had a private screening for the movie on Saturday. Just very, very close friends, family members. A source that was there told me that the college students, the teenagers were mystified. They were glued to the screen. They loved it.
Let's go.
And what I was curious to
We
know,
love the
what did
youth.
the president say to you after the screening, after he saw it for the first time? Was that the first time you saw it Saturday night?
It was the first time that he saw a whole film, and he loved it. He said, a must watch.
And then what about Barron? Because I know Barron's in the film a lot. What did he say? What was his reaction?
Is Barron dating anybody
He
right
is
now?
in the film, and he liked it too.
And what about the other children?
We got to get Barron into politics.
The other children didn't see it yet.
Okay.
They will see it soon. And but it was wonderful to have so many world leaders with me on Saturday from all different fields. And we were celebrating it, and the reception of the movie, of the film, was very warm.
And what is your favorite part of the movie when we all go to watch it this weekend?
It's very hard to choose because the audience will experience many different emotions. Humor, sadness, grief, many things, and I think everybody will connect on the certain scenes.
Also, the letter to Putin, you had, I mean, that led to 2 unifications, returning children from Russian captivity back home to their moms and their dads in Ukraine. You have the Take It Down Act legislation, fostering the future executive order. You have the AI Zoom and Roundtable. You recently met with Tim Cook and with Lisa Su with AMD, the second largest chip manufacturer. So you're extremely busy. When you wrote that letter to Putin, we were all just amazed that you were getting involved and that you were standing up for those children, because that's been a concern of everyone around the world. Did you run that by the president, or does he have to run everything by you first?
I told him that I'm writing the letter, and if he would please give it to President Putin. We had a success. He wrote back right away. And I'm still working to unify more children. We are in the process. I hope we will have success
Shelley Rose
soon
sticking around,
again.
having a good time.
And
Belly
I'm
ho,
very
Shelley.
mission-oriented. I want to impact Americans' lives. And of course, I am honored to carry on the duties of First Lady, traditional duties, as planning state dinners, organizing Easter egg roll and Christmas.
One of my favorite days of the year.
All of the events
I love
that
streaming
go
that.
in the White House.
We bet on the kids.
So I have a very wonderful team in the East Wing office, and they work tirelessly every day.
And what is it like being in the White House for the second term? Compare that to the first
Is anyone
term,
else
because this is the
wondering
beginning.
what they're selling in this cart back here? I'm such a street meat guy. What do you think? I mean, it's got to be hot dogs. It's New York behind them. Oh my God. Is anyone else wondering that?
Of moving back into the house you lived in 4 years prior?
As I said, I'm very action-oriented, and we had a great success the first year. So many, as you just mentioned, Take a Down Act legislation.
A caller says she speaks way better English than Jasmine Crockett. I agree. Hey, what's up, Cottonwoods, Valley Hill, my man? Welcome in.
It was bipartisan, was a big success. It was
Son
written
says you can't
into
beat
a
our
law.
meat. Very nice advice.
I'm working on another legislation right now. I have Fostering the Future and so many other points that you mentioned, 25 million to HUD for fostering the future children. So many different things that people can go on my website and read it.
Madam First Lady, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. The new film, Melania, it's in theaters.
Go see that movie, everybody. I think it's going to be great. Ronnie, if you want to find a MAGA chick where you live, good luck with that. You got to try that approach. You got to try that approach.